I want to talk to you about Monarch Money, Copilot, and Banktivity. Of course, we are speaking about budgeting app slash personal finance software. I want to start with Monarch Money first, okay? And when you think about Monarch Money, I want you to think about an app that actually grown in significance after the shuttering of Mint in early 2024. And so you have a lot of folks that actually who transition to apps like Monarch Money. And we love the fact that with Monarch Money, you basically have an app that includes just the right blend of automation and manual work, which means what? It means that it won't take up too much of your time, but will require you to be proactive. I mean, you can't just say, you know what, I want Monarch Money to actually manage my cash for me, and it will just do it in the background. No, you have to actually be a little proactive. And so we love the fact that with Monarch Money, what happens here is that you have to actually instill in the app a certain set of habits, a certain routine, and which is important. Okay, so think about Monarch Money as an app that allows you to do all kinds of stuff, even take care of your taxes, among other things. And the app is welcoming even for first-time budgeters, but also is robust enough for those with experience. So it doesn't matter where you find yourself at, whether you are an experienced budgeter or you are a first-time budgeter, you will use Monarch Money no problem. And Monarch Wells actually works well for individuals and couples alike, which helps actually make it a good fit for just about everyone. Okay, I mean there are certain apps that are really better for couples. Certain apps are great for singles. Certain apps are great for married individuals. And but Monarch Money actually covers a whole 9 yards, so we love that. And the app actually costs about let's say 14.99 if you actually per month, of course, or 19 I mean or 99.99 a year. But right now they are actually running a promotion, so they're charging only 833 per month. Okay, but you have to accept the annual billing. Okay, and how do you actually use the Monarch Budget app? Well, to get started, you connect your various financial accounts. So the app actually allows for a range of integrations. So that's really good. I mean, you have integrations such as checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards. You have also debit cards. So that's really fantastic. And you also have what we love. Also, you have your investment accounts. Also, that's really good. And you also have personal loans, by the way. So you have a wide look at your income and expenses. So that's kind of good in terms of giving you a granular view of your finances. So that, and after connecting your accounts, the next thing you do is input your goals, making a down payment on a house or paying off a student loan, for example, and target amounts for each. The app will then create a line item and let you set the appropriate monthly contribution. Let's talk about the pros and cons when we actually focus on Monarch Money. So the pros, you have a focus on savings, so that's really good. You have an app that's very easy for families to share, so that's really good. You can share a lot of you can share the same account with multiple family members, and you have lots of ways to sort purchases. So the whole idea here is to categorize your purchases so that you have a more granular view of where your money is going, of where your money is from, where your money is coming from, but also where your money is going. So if saving money for the long term is your goal, you've come to the right place. So by starting with your goals, Monarch helps you stay accountable, and you'll need to ensure that your spending aligns with your saving goals when you actually map out your monthly budgets, because Monarch actually focuses a lot on accountability, right? Stability, financial stability, also financial transparency. And Monarch also features more automation and fewer notifications than other apps, which makes it, in our view, appealing to those who don't want to be hands-on with every transaction. Now, of course, I mean you don't have to be hands-on with every transaction, but you got to have a certain level of accountability. And the app's auto categorizing of transactions was highly accurate in when we tested it, and is also highly customizable, allowing you to create rules for designating future transactions based on, let's say, merchant and or dollar amount. On the transaction page, you can sort your purchases into high level categories, let's say auto, transport, hospitalization, among other things. You can have also a mid-level subcategories: gas, public transportations, commuting, or specific merchants to see where you are spending the most money, which is really, when you think about it, this is actually a useful feature that you have to that will help you actually get more granular in terms of your cash inflows and cash outflows. And the page has a clean design that makes it very simple to view your finances at a glance, and small emojis next to each subcategory lets you quickly grasp which category you are viewing. And conveniently, the experience is essentially the same whether you are using the web or mobile app version. And some visualizations that automatically show up on the web require a click on mobile, so that's kind of cool. What about the Monarch app cons? Well, it is less intuitive and it is also more expensive than alternatives when you really think about that. So you'll need to poke around a bit to figure out where everything lives. In some cases, you might actually realize that a certain part of the screen was clickable, whereas another part is not clickable. But listen, as long as you get used to the app, you should be good to go. Let's talk about Copilot. Again, we are still having a conversation about Monarch Money versus Copilot versus Banktivity budgeting app. So I want to second talk to you about Copilot. When you think about Copilot, think about an intuitive budgeting app that actually harnesses machine learning to automate and simplify the budgeting process. So with Copilot, I want you to invite into your finances AI, artificial intelligence. So this Copilot app is the best if you are looking for a smart money management tool with almost no learning curve. And the app's features and ease of use may outweigh the higher subscription fee for some, but it's currently only available to iOS Apple users. So that's something to think about. What are the pros and cons of a Copilot? The pros first. You have a customizable budgets with smart adjustment suggestions and rollover options. You're able to track investments, including crypto and real estate, and you also have a 1 month free trial. What about the cons here? Well, it is only available on iOS and Mac for now, so maybe in the future they will actually roll out an Android version. There is no free version available beyond the trial period, so you're going to have to start paying for stuff once you're done testing the product. And you have a higher price than some budgeting apps in our view. So who is Copilot best for in our view? Well, while it may be pricier than some other budgeting apps, Copilot's all-in-one approach goes well beyond basic expense tracking and provides an exceptional user experience, making it, in our view, worth the cost for anyone serious about mastering their money. So it's actually ideal for you if you desire a sleek, modern interface and native app experience on iPhone and Mac. You want to track spending, create budgets, and monitor investments in a single space. You appreciate automated features like AI-powered transaction categorization and real-time net worth tracking. If you need smart alerts to help avoid overdrafts, stick to budgets, and catch bill changes or fraud. If you actually value the ability to customize spending categories and set budget rollovers. If you seek a user-friendly tool to understand your finances and boost savings. If you currently use Mint and need a new budgeting app now that Mint has shut down, okay? So that's something to really think about. And Mint, Copilot actually can be customized really, really fast. And Copilot actually supports over 10,000 financial institutions, including banks, credit unions, credit cards, investment accounts, and services like Venmo, Coinbase, and Amazon. So let's talk about Copilot and your money and your budget. So when you connect your bank accounts, credit cards, and investment accounts to Copilot, the app automatically categorizes your transactions, giving you a clear picture of where your money is going. So that's kind of cool. It then allows you to create budgets that adapt to your spending habits, and the app looks at your financial data and suggests realistic budget allocations, which you can then adjust to fit your specific needs and goals. And Copilot also lets you manage your recurring expenses by basically identifying them and adding them to your budget at the start of every month. That way, you always know what bills are coming up and you can plan accordingly. And plus, the app lets you keep an eye on your investments so you can really monitor how they are performing and make sure you are on track to reach your financial goals. So when we talk about financial transparency, when we talk about an app that allows you to actually have a clear idea about your cash inflows and cash outflows, Copilot actually gives you that level of granularity, that level of details. Okay, in terms of security, not a problem. You're covered. Copilot employs bank level protection, 256-bit encryption to keep your sensitive information safe, and it really never also sells your data to third parties. And Copilot cannot see or store your bank login details because it uses data aggregators, Plaid, and Vicinity to connect your accounts. In terms of pricing, so pricing, this is a subscription service, right? So plans start at about $13 per month or $95 per year when paid annually. And so the distinguishing features with Copilot, you have the ability to track your money, the ability to know what's happening, the budgeting system, and you also have the way we love the way that it really integrates with your investment account. So that's really fantastic. Of course, if you don't like Copilot for any reason, you have a lot of alternatives. You have a YNAB, for instance. You have Good Budget. You have a Pocket Guard, and and all those players we have actually reviewed them on this show, by the way. I want to talk to you now about the third player into this conversation. We have Banktivity. So Banktivity budgeting app. So when you think about Banktivity, I want you to think once again about Mac. Okay. So Copilot and Banktivity are kind of similar. Okay. So Mac users. So you actually have Banktivity is great for interactive budgeting tools. You have basic expense tracking, and you also have one-time purchase pricing. Okay, so you don't have the subscription model. You're only paying for this software once. And so again, this is specifically designed for Mac OS and iOS users. Okay, and what we love about Banktivity is that you have an area of interactive tools that allows you to manage your financial reports and securely store important documents. And although it really offers many advantages, Banktivity has some limitations in investment tracking and bill management compared to solutions like Quicken. So there's something to really think about. So Quicken offers, in terms of budgeting, for instance, Quicken offers advanced and intuitive budgeting tools. And Banktivity also allows you to actually have a clear idea about what's really happening. But Banktivity doesn't have right now investment tracking features. So if you're thinking about investment tracking features, you're not having that with Banktivity. I mean, the app, don't get me wrong, is great at helping users manage their expenses and plan budgets. But there is one feature it currently lacks: investment tracking. So if you are someone who would like to keep track of your investment together with your budget, you are not going to love Banktivity. And Banktivity, in terms of bill management, it doesn't offer a bill management feature. So this is another things you need to think about. And so if bill management is actually essential for you, we suggest that you go to another app. This limitation means what? It means that you must use separate tools or platforms to manage and pay your bills, right? I mean, if you're thinking about having an all-in-one solution, a holistic approach to your money management, to your financial management, basically Banktivity is not going to allow you to have that level of breadth and depth when it comes to managing your cash. Let's talk about the user experience, and I also want to talk to you about pricing. So when we think about user experience, Banktivity is detailed but designed specifically for Mac users. Okay, so the user interface is detailed and comprehensive. So the UX and UI are fantastic, making it, in our view, a great option for Mac users who appreciate a Mac-oriented design. However, this level of detail can be overwhelming for some, especially those who are new to personal finance software. In terms of pricing, I want you to really understand that, again, Banktivity offers a 30-day free trial with tiered subscription plans. In most cases, even though you can also have a one-time payment if you subscribe to that option. Okay, but you're gonna have to contact Banktivity so they give you the exact price. So Banktivity's pricing structure is designed to accommodate various user needs with its tiered subscription model or its one-time fee. So as a user, you can choose from three main plans: bronze, silver, and gold. So bronze, they're charging you $50 per year. Silver, they're charging you $70 per year. And gold, they are charging you $100 per year, translating to a monthly cost of $417, $584, and $834. Again, you can actually pay, you can have a one-time payment, but you have to contact Banktivity for that. And each tier, if you go with a subscription plan, Each tier offers different levels of access to features. So, and this allow you to select the plan that best suits your financial management requirements. Additionally, every new user can explore Banktivity's offerings through a comprehensive 30-day free trial, providing actually, in our view, once again, ample time to evaluate the software's value. So, one thing for sure, when you are thinking about if you're choosing Banktivity, please take advantage of the 30-day free trial to make sure that everything is fine before you actually move on. Okay, so the 30-day free trial is just really fantastic. If not, you can just go for another player. I mean, you have a lot of players on the market, starting from QuickBooks, Quicken. You have a lot of. I mean, Quicken is more tailored for personal finance management, whereas QuickBooks is intended for small business accounting. So both applications can monitor income and expenses, set up budgets, and produce reports. Despite their similarities, there are notable differences. So Quicken is more affordable and simpler to operate compared to QuickBooks. Let's talk about some considerations here. So Monarch Money versus Copilot versus Banktivity. Which one should you go for? Well, before I answer that question, I want to quickly talk to you about how to choose the best budgeting app for you, right? If you're listening to me right now, you probably have a few questions about how to go about making that choice. And there are a few things you need to really think about: the costs, the syncing, the app desktop experience, personalization and sharing, and security. Okay, so when we talk about cost, there are many free budgeting apps available as well as free versions of apps with premium subscriptions. So when you are comparing different budgeting apps, pay close attention to the pricing to actually determine whether the features offered by the app align with what you're looking for in the first place, right? Because the last thing you want is to actually get something that doesn't align with what you're looking for. You also want to make sure that the extra perks justify the cost of a monthly or yearly membership. And if you've used the app for a while and love it, check to see if there is a lifetime subscription option, which can save you a considerable money over time. Also, think about syncing. So many budgeting apps allow you to sync your financial accounts so that you don't have to enter transactions and account balances manually. This saves you time and ensures that the information in your budget is as accurate and up to date as possible. And some apps like YNAB have auto-sync that categorizes transactions for you automatically. Also, think about the app, the desktop experience, the personalization and sharing, and security. So that's important. So when we speak, if you plan to budget solely from your smartphone, take some time to come through app reviews to see if other users have reported any glitches, because you don't want to have any glitches or potential issues while using the app. You want to aim to have the most seamless experience possible. And in terms of personalization and sharing, budgets are not one size fits all. So your spending habits are unique, and having the flexibility to create your own categories and then gives other members within your household a bird's eye view of your budget can help you and your loved ones pinpoint where you need to rein in your spending and how much progress you are making in other areas. So now it's important to really understand also that when you think about budgeting apps, you have also alternatives. Okay, so if budgeting apps are not your thing, you might consider more traditional approaches such as the envelope method or a budgeting spreadsheet. The caveat is that budgeting spreadsheets take time to build out, must be updated manually, and may be harder to access on the go. Still, if you are diligent about keeping your information updated and you do not necessarily need to peek at your budget daily, this could be a viable option. And another option is to actually go to the envelope budgeting route, which requires that you designate one envelope for all your spending categories and add a certain amount of cash into each envelope based on how much you want to allow yourself to spend within that category for the month. This can be incredibly effective, but it does require that you carry around cash, which may not be ideal for online shopping or let's say even shopping at stores that do not accept cash. However, you may be able to alter this method to make it more digital friendly by creating separate sub accounts for your spending categories. So what is our selection here? So Monarch Money versus Copilot versus Banktivity. Which one should you go for? Well, there's no clear winner here. If you are an Apple user, you definitely want to go with Copilot. But if you want flexibility, if you have an Android and you do not want to limit yourself to an Apple or an iPhone sort of ecosystem, go with Monarch Money. Okay, so Monarch Money and Copilot are sort of tie in this comparison. Monarch Money for flexibility and scalability, and a Copilot for an iPhone ecosystem. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about Monarch Money versus Copilot versus Banktivity. So, I gave you the review, I gave you our considerations, I gave you the selection, and now the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.